Hey, welcome back to the Refuge training videos. I'm your host, Jared. So for the next set of videos, we are going to be going through, if I were a student and I was walking into our ministry, what are the layers of that ministry, how am I going to get plugged in, all the things. We're just going to kind of walk through it. So up first is obviously first impressions. This is a huge ministry. We did a pretty good job of it last year, but this year I think we can just do way better. I've read some books, and this is how you keep students coming back. This is how you really grow a ministry. If the music is good and they like it, that's great. They could like the preaching, they could like the food. But if they do not get connected within the first visit, first few minutes of that visit even, they are not going to, a lot of times, come back. No matter if they like all the production, if they're not connected with students and parents that they know care about them and they feel like they belong there, then a lot of times they won't come back. And let me just point this out. Jesus allowed his disciples to belong before they believed. Okay, so we want to create an atmosphere where people feel like they belong before they believe what we believe. There's that story of Jesus in the boat. He calms the wind and calms the waves. And you see the disciples, it's recorded, they say, "Who is this man?" Like at that point in their journey with Jesus, they didn't understand who Jesus was. That, they're like, who is this man that even the winds and the waves obey him? And Jesus allowed them to belong with him before they believed. So we've got to make sure that they feel like they belong at Refuge Student Ministries. So the description of this is, this role is responsible for connecting students, to one another, and getting students connected to the ministry during their first visit. So this is very, very important. So what are the responsibilities of this? Actually, first let's go into the personality traits that we need for we're looking for people that are on the first impressions team. The personality needs to be energetic, caring, and welcoming. Okay? Growing up, I thought this was a smile. And it's just like barely a smile. We need people, and we need to train our students, big smiles. Sometimes we just need to be trained because we've been looking at our phones all day long and we don't have to smile back at it. We don't have to have the interaction. So energetic, caring, welcoming. Everything you want from a great host. You go over to their house, think of the best host that you've been over to their house. They're welcoming. They're offering you drinks. They're offering you food. They're helping you get connected, finding you a place to sit. All those types of things. Spiritual gifts for this role is apostleship, compassion, and exhortation. Responsibilities. So let's jump into that. Responsibilities is 1, be present. Okay. And in the video about our schedule, there's the middle school nights that are a staple, and we need that to happen. We need to especially connect those middle school students, get them while they're young. And then we have our United nights, and we're going to be doing that too. So mainly those Wednesday nights, that's really where this is going to shine. But also, if we're doing special events, it's really important that we help out, we get people connected. So if we do a dodgeball tournament or we do some event like that, check-ins, the first impressions is going to help out with the check-ins and registrations, all that, which we'll get to here in a second. But you need to be present, okay? You got to show up. So be present. Work with student leaders to welcome other students. And so what does that look like? Here's the layers of what we're going to do. So if I'm a student and my mom is dropping me off, we're going to pull into the parking lot, and immediately we're going to see other students that are waving flags, or they're being goofballs out there and they're waving and say, welcome, 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 right? And so as soon as I get out of the car, I'm greeted with a smile, maybe a high five, or hey, what's up? And they're walking with me to the door. They're making sure that I'm not getting run over in traffic, and they're learning my name. And so they're welcoming cars into the parking lot. And so it really, and walking them to the door, so it's really, right out of the gate, we're going to welcome them. So then they're going to get to the door. There's going to be door holders. If we have flyers, if we have something like that, maybe just a high five as they go in, welcome, glad you're here. I know it sounds like it's rehearsed, okay? None of us really like rehearsed love. but at the same time, man, it makes you feel welcome. Even when I was kind of a stuck-up teenager, and like, oh, they're just, they've been trained to do this. Even when they did that, when they said, "Hey, glad to see you," there was still something inside my heart that enjoyed it. I didn't want to let them know. But I still enjoyed it, and everybody enjoys a smile. Everybody enjoys a high five. So yeah, parking lot, door holders, and then you're going to immediately go into check-ins, okay? This is the check-in area where the kids are. There's iPads. If they've been there before, they can punch in their parents' number or their number if we have them. If they're a high school student, they can get registered for that event or that night. If there's a new student, I'm obviously going to have a student leader help me over to the check-in computer, where I'm going to fill out a little piece of paper that has all my information, and I'm going to give it to that person. They're going to put it in Planning Center, and might even take my picture for security reasons. We don't share pictures, obviously, but we would like to start taking pictures. But that's all that. So if I'm a new student, I'm checking in with somebody. They're helping me. They don't leave my side until they pass me off to somebody else. And so I'm getting checked into the computer system, and then because I'm a first-time student, two things are going to happen. One, I'm going to get a welcome bag, and that we're going to call those belong bags. Okay, so a belong bag, these will have a water bottle, t-shirt, wristband, pop sockets, a gift card, like a $5 gift card to DQ, a note from the ministry that has the definition of the word belong on it, how we are so pumped that you are here, that they belong here, Galatians 6:2 on it. So it's really just a welcome present, okay? So this is what the adult ministry does on Sunday mornings. We're going to copy that. We're going to kind of make it our own. We're going to brand it as a Refuge welcome bag. So I'm going to get a welcome bag, which is going to feel awesome. And then I am going to be introduced to a student that is maybe similar age or a similar grade. If it's a middle school night, I'm going to be shown to some of our student leaders that are leading the small groups, and I'm going to get plugged in with one of those teams. And that person that I'm with, the student leader or the student helper, is going to be my friend for the entire night. They're going to ask me to sit with them. They're going to, if we're playing a game, they're going to say, "Hey, I want you on my team." We're really going to just do a great job of walking with them through their first day there. So number 3, collecting Connect cards. Okay, so just like big church, we're going to get Connect cards. If they want to grab a coffee with me or with another adult, they're going to put that down. If they make a decision for Christ, we're going to have that type of card available. So if they want to be reached out to again, that's a big thing we're going to do. That's the Connect cards. You get what I'm saying. Last but not least, help with event registration. So this is like if we are doing a big sign-up day for camp. We're going to have we're going to have all hands on deck. We're going to have our event planning team and everybody, but also the first impressions are going to try to help out with that registration process. So if you have been asked to be on the first impressions team, this is what you're going to be doing. Check out the other videos if you're interested in helping out in other areas of Refuge Student Ministries. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video.